You can see up here the title of this particular block in the ribbon here is called Groupings and Options. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the options. Now an option has to be a grouping. So in other words, you cannot have an option that's not already assigned to be a grouping. So in my example here, let's say I look at this third operation here. Here we get some parts prep, and then we're going to have an option up here that's done for a certain amount that we're going to actually group. Going to mount these parts, mount two parts. That's an option, right? So they both have to start out as being a grouping. So we're going to edit our groups here. We're going to come back in here. We're going to add the one here, which we'll call my parts prep. And again, I'll just use the assigned yellow one, which tends to be my production one, let's say. And now we're going to have a, let's say this is a mounted parts. And what I'm going to do then, I see a lot of people actually assigning a particular color to the options. So it's very obvious when you look at our Yamazumi charts on the floor, just by the color which particular items are options. So for instance, let's say I wanted to make it a blue color. That's going to be my option one, so I can select that right there, and that's going to be here. So now I'm going to assign these two here. So now I come down here. So now I'm going to assign these two, so I go to my parts prep. And all of these items down here are going to be parts prep. Okay, and now my next one is going to be mount parts. So the mount parts is going to be here, and I missed one part prep, so I'll just go back and get that right here. Put it right in there. So you can see I've got this all here. Now again, if I come in here and I show all groupings, you can see it shows mounted parts here. Right. So now we've assigned a grouping called mounted parts that we want to make an option. So all we do then is we come over here, and now we're going to assign options here. Right. Now we have an option in here that shows import. Now since options have to be groupings, we're going to import from that. So here we're going to import, and let's say we want to import the mounted parts. So we just check that right there, and then we'd say import, and now that's available to me here. You can see it's also giving me a certain percentage, so a certain percentage of the production is going to be mounted parts. So I can click in here, and I can maybe say this one appears on 55% of the product, so we put 55 in here. We can also assign an internal name. Now the internal name, this might be a number or something. I'll just put in a random number here, and this might tie into what the number might be for this particular option in your ERP system. So again, it's an option if you have to do that here or not, right? And then all we do then is we click on this, we've got it highlighted, and we just touch it here, and you can see what it's done here. This is your little icon that indicates that this is an option. And so any options that you have, you'd want to probably assign the same color so they stick out, and then you want to identify them and just associate them with this. So you can see if I cancel out of this now, that's an option, right? It's very obvious it's an option because of the little option icon that you see there. Not only that, you'll start to get a listing of all of your options in here. So you'll see in the next presentation how you can have different options, and you can see what effects it has on your actual standard and takt time and so forth here.